Hey everyone, it is that time. Once again, it is November 27th, which means it is Uzume's birthday. And like normal, I was thinking to myself, what special thing am I going to do this year? And then I was recording the Neptunia series and this happened. I like to think that, Ram. You like the makeup that Maho used?
Excuse me?
Do what?
Hey, no way.
What is he talking about, huh?
I don't know how to feel about this. Now, what I decided after seeing that is I'm going to remove that part from the playthrough. Unlike normal short videos, this section is not going to be there. For multiple reasons, but the main two are: one, there are many things I'm actually cutting out in the playthrough currently that I think will be worth doing its own video and will not hurt the pace as much of the episodes. But also, I want to talk about this in the broader scope for both my channels, for all of my games, because that's where all of my thoughts lie. And I'm telling this story because I've been saying this with my second channel. You guys can't believe some of the coincidences that have been happening. Let me begin. I often think of the time when I last saw Uzume, even though V2R, we saw her there. The last new game with truly new content for her would be Cyber Dimension. And in Cyber Dimension, I had a moment where I realized that I might not be seeing Uzume, but there was also a moment I recorded on the same day, and it was dealing with another character that I called my Fire Emblem Uzume, Celica.
No! All right. Now that is officially this. All right, 3 strikes, you're out. All right. I have been convinced that I've lost 3 times. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean, so I'm feeling like my heart's about to be crushed in the next sentence.
Sorry, Nep.
No.
I can't go on this adventure with you. I'm trying to play solo so I can boost my stats.
I had failed to get her as well that day. And this is the start of things, and why I said I wanted to make this its own video. For those of you who are just watching this main channel, you know what's happening in the current Fire Emblem game that I have?
Okay, things just got real.
Oh, that's a remix of her theme.
I am Emblem Celica. I detest violence, but I will always fight to defend the innocent.
Okay, so on that note,
Celica. For those of you who are on my main channel, you might recognize that voice. Celica has returned, and I am having so many great moments with her. And the thing is, if you're unaware, Fire Emblem Engage, the game I'm currently playing, has bringing back old characters. Because normally, in most cases, once you do a Fire Emblem game, then they move on to another one. But this time, they've gathered them all back, and that includes Celica. But then also, we have at the same time Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now, I'm going to mention some stuff about that game, so if you don't want to know, please feel free to skip ahead. But I gotta mention this somewhere. In that game, you know, of course, they had Shadows part added to Sonic Generations. And as we know, Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters is dealing with time. And so is that game. And funny enough, the excuse on where I said what Uzume could be doing at this point in time, Shadow's story is literally a perfect excuse for that. And that's something Chao normally does. While Sonic is handling the main plot, he does something in the background that is just as important that needs to be done. If while the main cast was dealing with their time-based plot, if Uzume was dealing with something else, with a also dangerous villain, that would explain things. But speaking of villains, they also brought me back to something I haven't seen in a long time. Since 2006. Well, I mean, I've seen him after that, but you know, that's when the game came out. Mephiles the Dark. And then My favorite character on my main channel had a plot line that drew straight from him. Is it him? Is this the guy who basically, due to him existing, kickstarted my channel, my main channel and second channel?
Sink into darkness!
Sink into the whirlpool of delusion!
The remix. Mephiles! Who, when I was theorizing, this is a long blast from the past. When I was theorizing on who what I called M was, the reason I called her M was also due to Mephiles, also to stand for mystery person, where I explained that I thought the Uzume we were dealing with, this dark version, was actually the hyperdimension version. M to me means a dark version of my favorite character. They brought Mephiles back, but more than that. Whereas the first time when I was fighting Kurome and I thought of Mephiles, this time when I was fighting Mephiles, I thought of Kurome. It's a coincidence, because he is not referencing Kurome at all, but they had similar lines.
Fading away. My existence is disappearing. No, I don't want to disappear. Why does the world insist on rejecting me?
Both talking about how they don't want to disappear. They're like a dark past of both Shadow and Uzume retrospectively. Both gave them that speech that tested their character.
Humanity wasn't just jealous of your power. They feared it.
They saw me as an inconvenient, frightening, abhorrent existence.
They used this incident as an excuse to hunt you down.
So, they plotted to annihilate me.
Come with me, Shadow.
Let's exact revenge together.
Let us punish this foolish world of humanity.
And they even gave me some juicy background lore and Sonic X Shadow Generations as well. And I just recorded yesterday a trailer to Sonic 3, which Shadow is the main antagonist. And they got him riding on a bike, which we have Uzume's new game coming out. Her riding on a bike. In fact, that's the main thing for everybody to. But despite all of that, that's not the craziest thing. Not my Fire Emblem Uzume, not Shadow and Mephiles themselves. No. The craziest coincidence is actually happening on my main channel. The other series, quote unquote series, that I'm playing right now, Nikkei Goddess of Victory. Some of you may not have been paying attention to that story, but let me just say, the video, which now has the most views on my channel in over a year, has no fan service. Do you know what it's about? It's about a battle that you're supposed to defeat 4 individuals who are part of something called the Goddess Squad. And it goes more than just the name, you know, the goddesses, the 4 main goddesses, and then you have the Goddess Squad. They also have counterparts who somewhat embody their personalities, some more than others. Almost like it's a trope to have those 4 characters and have them be in that sort of role, not sure. But you're controlling a character who you might say is equal to Chrome or the good version of R4, maybe? And you're supposed to battle and defeat them. Similar to, again, what's going on in Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters. The main 4 versus R4, they don't win. But the craziest thing is after you win that battle, again, in this clip that I approached, there's a representation of a 5th goddess, Red Hood. Red Hood, the character who I was saying, because of her similarities to Uzume, now she's, again, not a perfect copy, but you could clearly see why I would say that. I decided to even start posting that series on my channel, including her story, which led me to uploading this very battle. But they make it clear, the main 4 goddesses, which that actually can apply to them as well, because Red Hood is a bit of a unique case. When they fight the main villain, they were losing. The instant Red Hood showed up though, they all woke up and then they beat you. That's the actual story in the game. And I tell you, when I saw that, I couldn't help but think, I've been saying for most of the game, if Uzume returned, they could win. Which brings me back to this line. When I said I don't know what to say, that's because all of those thoughts were going through my mind. Every other game I'm playing is doing exactly what I want it to do. And it's really making me feel I miss Bae. I really, really miss her because I can't get stronger references to her than what I'm seeing right now. But then in the main game, in the core series, her origin, her birthplace, all I wanted was just one line of an explanation of where she is. That's it. And I don't get it. So instead of giving me one line on the whereabouts of Uzume, or just somebody questioning where she is, they have a line of Neptune saying, "Is she in the game?" Now Neptune is kind of cheating because Neptune is aware of every game. Yeah. She breaks the fourth wall. But it's more so, why even do that? And this line seems to imply that I'm not going to. No one even questions where she is. They actually mention Kurome, but nothing on Uzume. Her megaphones are even in the shop. There's a potential bedroom for her, but she's not there.
She has a fiery heart. She's so passionate and always stands by her friends.
So I'm making this its own video because clearly I can't go through all those references and things to make sense there. But I want people to understand it's absolutely insane how much the other three games are making me want Uzume right now.
As much as I dislike relying on others, I'm grateful for your aid. The creature was beyond my skills.
Of course.
Yeah, this one's tough.
And it is complete irony for me that she is voiced by Erica Limbeck as well. Let me tell you, Blaze is actually my favorite of the Sonic female characters. Oh, okay, that's cool. So we can... Wait, what was that? Blaze! Woohoo! Nah, you can't... Okay, hold up. Blaze!
Apparently our enigmatic host is able to send messages across dimensions.
Bruh.
Impressive.
Meat.
Oh.
Meat.
Oh, okay.
Merry Christmas. Meat. Let's eat some meat.
I like the fact that Uzume... You know what? No. This is a good time, alright? I like girls with a big appetite. That's one thing I like. And I especially like that she likes meat. You know what? I'm just...
Alright. Can't help it. I like you already. But make no mistake, in Fire Emblem, Celica was not in every game. The Fire Emblem game I was playing for most of the time on my channel, Celica had no appearance in. For Shadow hasn't been in a lot of Sonic games for a long time. Again, previous Sonic game I played, Sonic Frontiers. Shadow was not in. And Nikke, what originally made me stay, was actually the original main 4 story of the Goddess Squad. I thought that they were similar to the Neptunia cast, Neptune Noir, Blind, and Furt. So that made me interested in staying. So I don't need Uzume to be in every single game. Heck, one of the games that I keep mentioning, even though it did have some writing issues, it did. But what they did, just having things like Chrome/R4, and seeing what they did, just seeing her design, I felt, and some images of the Neptunia cast, that made it worth it to me. I don't need Uzume to be in the game. I just simply wish to know, especially if you're gonna put her megaphones in the game and a potential bedroom for her. Although, in theory, it could be for Maho and Anri, although I honestly think that that's pretty wild. For their friendship to catapult, like, if anything, I think IF and Kampa should have a room before them. Nevertheless, all I'm trying to say is, back when Nepgear was upset, Neptune was gone, at the bare minimum, I was at least just the perfect person to comfort her would be the other member of her family. But then we got Maho, and we got her calling Nepgear Gearsy, and it's like, okay, we can do that, but at the very least, like I said, around that time, just tell me where she is. Even if she's not alive right now. I mean, I wouldn't like that because I would like that to be on screen, and when they remade V2R, they actually removed the Ascension ending. Like I said in Uzume's last birthday, I just want to know where she is. And if the writers can't do that, when even in Rebirth 3 we were given reasons on where the oracles are, and the other games I see are just batting 100 and really making me wish that she completed the journey. Now, yes, she is coming back in her own game, but she had every reason to be in this one. Unless this game just simply isn't canon. But they mention Chrome. Let me just clarify, because sometimes people comment, canon to the hyper dimension. So either way, even though she's not here currently, I still want to wish a happy birthday to Uzume Tenobushi. Despite all that happens, she's still foremost in my mind, which is part of what caused so many issues. And hopefully when this new game comes out, it'll fill the hole that has been left. But I truly do wonder, if they do a next canon game, how are things gonna work? Because even if they do bring her back, as I said in the actual game, there's only a certain way that they can bring her back. And again, Shadow Generations is a really good way, especially if they do like a prologue where it's just her. Don't know if they want to do that, because I think in theory you want to start with Neptune for a game like that. Well, Neptune or Nepgear, you know, a character people are more familiar with. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but you know, if they do what they did in Shadow Generations and have her tackling another threat, it is possible. I just really hope, if they do bring her back to the main first, and they do it right. Either way, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you all are having a great rest of your day. And we got Thanksgiving tomorrow too. Hopefully there are good times ahead for you all. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, because I really just had to get this out some type of way, and her birthday is the perfect place. Post thoughts if you have them down in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.